I'm going to ask you to pick up on this point that David Kelly was making about the treatment of witnesses. I mean, Trump had his supporters dress alike. It was clownish to me, but you're saying this is the tactic, again, familiar in mob cases.
When you were asking David that, I was thinking there is not an organized crime case that I've ever done, and that's sort of was bread and butter in the Eastern District of New York. Lots and lots of organized crime cases. David knows as well from the cases he did in organized crime work in the Southern District. The main witness goes on, and you know what you see in the back of the courtroom? The defendant's buddies, which are associates and soldiers in the crime family, sitting there to show in a show of support, and also typically in the line of sight of the witness to try and sort of rattle them. I mean, I was just like, really? Like this? I was like, the last time I saw this was an organized crime case. And remember, Jim Comey early on was the first person to say about Donald Trump and his insistence on loyalty over loyalty to the Constitution, that he thought it was like a mob boss. And I still remember the first time I heard that, I remember thinking, oh, Jim, come on. Like, that's too much. And he's right. I'm not saying that, of course, the murders and the kinds of things that organized crime does, but the way in which they operate outside of the rules of law and expecting to loyalty, I mean, Jim really had it right.
Is that what it looked like inside the courtroom?
They had their eyes on Michael Cohen and Susan Hoffinger the entire time that questioning was taking place. And I mean, the irony to a certain extent of it was, by my count, Michael Cohen said today 10 different times that the reason that he continued to lie for Donald Trump was to, quote, protect Trump and loyalty. And then you see the likes of Speaker Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House here in Lower Manhattan, come out and do what Donald Trump can't do under his gag order and attack the witness, Michael Cohen. And out there in front of cameras outside of the courthouse said that Michael Cohen was doing this for a revenge mission here. Just the contrast of where one man was 8 years ago and where he is today, Michael Cohen, to Speaker Mike Johnson, who wasn't even in 2016 in the U.S. Congress. And now, 8 years later, he is out in front of these cameras for Donald Trump. It's really just the journey of Donald Trump and the Republican Party.
Sam.
Well, I just think the gag order came to mind when I saw them all kind of parading in this morning. They're all going out in front of a camera and saying what Donald Trump can. And they need to show their fidelity. They've been asked to come. And that's what he wants. So we're seeing them, being able to say the things that he can't say.
Christy.
And it's interesting to take the mob, theory a step further. We saw today there was a message where he's referred to as the big boss. The big boss approved the statement to the press about Stormy Daniels being, and the fact that, again, they were referring to him as a boss, and the fact that it was clear that they had to get his approval before anybody's going to the press, before any steps are being taken. Donald Trump has to say yes. And that's the key theme throughout this whole case. Who ordered the code red? This was something that our colleague Danny Ceballos said that I thought was brilliant. Did Colonel Jessup order the code red from the firm, A Few Good Men? And so that was, I think, so powerful in seeing that in the documents themselves. We've heard it in the testimony. It is very mob-like, and I think the jury will get it, that is the issue, and they'll get the answer.
And to your point, Dan Ruddick called the code red comes when they put him on the stand. It's precisely why Trump won't take the stand, because he wouldn't be able to help saying that.
Exactly.
It's a perfect